let us understand how did we write this journal entry. So this journal entry is here. Paid salary in cash rupees 10,000. So we have salary and cash. Salary is an expense because paid salary, it is an expense. All expenses are nominal account. The rule for nominal account is debit all expenses. Therefore, salary account is debited. So if salary account debited, how do you write it? I said if an account is debited, you suffix the account with the abbreviation debit. So we wrote salary account debit. So what does it mean? It means that we have to record this transaction on the debit side of salary account. That is, we have to record on the left hand side of the salary account. Again, let me come back. Paid salary, salary is an expense. All expenses are nominal accounts. The rule for nominal account is debit all expenses. Therefore, salary account should be debited. So what do you mean by salary? If an account is debited, after the account write the word debit. Look at this, salary account debit. You suffix the word with the word debit. So what does it mean? So we have to record this transaction on the debit side of the salary account. That is the left hand side of the salary account. Similarly, go for the next, cash. Cash is what? It is a real account. And what is the rule for, and in this case when you're paying salary, what is happening? Salary is going out. So it means cash is going out. So what is the rule for this? Credit what goes up. Means what? That is cash account is credited. What do you mean by cash account is credited? I said whenever an account is credited, prefix that account with the word to. So we write to cash account. Cash account is credited. If an account is credited, prefix the account with the word to. What does this mean? That is, we record on the credit side of cash account. So cash is the real account. The rule for real account, in this case cash is going out, so credit what goes out. Therefore cash account is credited. We say if an account is credited, prefix the account with the word to. So to cash account. What does this mean? We record this transaction on the credit side, that is the right hand side of an account. So we write a journal. So I suppose you understood how did we write the journal entry. We took the business transaction, we took the types of accounts, nominal account and real account. We applied the principle, debit all expenses and credit what goes out. And then on the basis of it, we have written this journal entries. So this journal entry should be written accordingly like this. And every journal entry has two aspects. The debit aspect is for salary and the credit aspect is for cash. So now let us understand further. We said every business transaction should be converted on journal entry. Every journal entry has two aspects, the debit aspect and the credit aspect. And we said if an account is debited, suffix the account with the word debit, and if an account is credited, prefix the word with the word to. Now let us understand the business transaction, and we took an always hint. Let us understand in that context. We said drawing is always debited. We said if an account is debited, suffix the account with the word debit. Means after the account, you write the abbreviation debit. So we said drawing account is always debited. So how do we write it? Drawing account debit. We said asset purchase is always debited. So we write asset account debit. We said goods purchased is always debited. We said goods purchased account debit. We said sales return is always debited. We write sales return account debit. We said cash received is always debited. So we write cash account debit. We said expense is always debited. We write expense account debit. So it is as simple as that. So taking the business transaction always route, which we already understood, and we said if an account is debited, simply after the account write the word debit. Drawing account is always debited, so drawing account debit. Asset purchased is always debited, so asset account debit. Goods purchased is always debited, so goods purchased account debit. Sales return is always debited, so sales return account debit. Cash received is always debited, so cash account debit. Expense is always debited, so expense account debit. So having understood debit, we'll go to the credits. Now let us go with the credit. We said that if an account is credited, then we have to prefix the account with the word to. We have to prefix the account with the word to. Prefix means before the account you write the word to. Now let us understand that the business transaction always hint to, and to get this. Capital is always credited, so to capital account. Asset sold is always credited, so to asset account. Goods sold is always credited, so to goods sold account. Purchase return is always credited, so to purchase return account. Cash paid is always credited, so to cash account. Income is always credited, so to income account. Sometimes I'm writing in short forms like purchase I wrote PUR, return I wrote RET, but you have to write in full. So I'm writing like something short forms I write here and there just to save on time and space. So now again, so it's so easy. So we said if an account is credited, just prefix the account with the word to, or before the account you write the word to. Capital is always credited, so to capital account. Asset sold is always credited, so to asset account. Goods sold is always credited means to goods sold account. Purchase return is always credited means what? To, so to purchase return account. Cash paid is always credited means to, so to cash account. Income is always credited, so to income account. So like this, we get the debit aspect and the credit aspect, and like this we have to record the debit aspect and the credit aspect of a business transaction, and in the form of a journal entry. Now let us conclude today's understanding double entry system, the debit aspect and the credit aspect, with our previous understanding of business transaction and always hint. So let us conclude everything of today understanding in a table. Now come to the first thing. We said capital account. Capital is always credit. So if it's credit, we write to capital account. If an account is credited, we prefix it with the word to. So capital is always credit, so it is to capital account. Drawing is always debit, so the debit aspect. So how do you write it? If an account is debited, we suffix the account with the word abbreviation debit. So you write drawing account debit. So capital is always credit, so to capital account. Drawing is always debit, so drawing account debit. Loan taken, loan repaid, we will come back to it later. Now come to asset purchase and asset sold. Asset purchase always debit, so asset account debit. Asset account debit. Asset sold is always credit, so to asset account. So we write to asset account. Now goods purchased always debit, so goods purchased account debit. Goods sold always credit. Credit means to, so to goods sold account. So it is to goods sold account. Purchase return always credit. Credit means 2. So 2 purchase return account. So 2 purchase return account. Sales return always debit. So sales return account debit. Cash received always debit. So cash account debit. Cash paid always credit. Credit means 2. So 2 cash account. So it is 2 cash account. Expense is always debit. So expense account debit. And income is always credit. So 2 income account. So with this, I hope the understanding is clear with regard to the double entry. Simple. If an account is debited, just write debit after the account. Drawing is always debit, drawing account debit. Asset purchase is always debit, asset account debit. Goods purchase always debit, so goods purchase account debit. If an account is credited, just prefix that means before that account write the word to. Capital is always credited, so to capital account here. Asset sold is always credited, credit means 2, so to asset account here. Goods sold is always credited, so credit means 2, so to goods sold account here. Purchase return is always credited, credit means 2, so to purchase return account here. And it goes accordingly. I hope you understood it. I hope it's easy, and we conclude here, and thank you.